Hopefully you'll find it interesting because I don't think I've heard it before, and I think it makes quite a lot of sense. And so many see this talk of the sky or heavens, that Greek word underlying that can be translated either way, sky or heavens. And so many people would see the heavens here being rolled up like a scroll to be picturing God splitting open a kind of veil between the heavenly realm and ours. And they would see this pictured in the verse by the scroll parting in the center and unraveling in both directions. However, this interpretation actually ignores the fact that the verse literally says it's like a scroll being rolled up, not being opened or unrolled. And so it's actually speaking of heaven being like a scroll of paper which gets rolled up like we do in modern times with a map or newspaper. And then this event seems to cause a catastrophic earthquake, even removing entire land masses like mountains and islands. And so this may be a tad bit of eisegesis, which is when you don't draw meaning out of the text, rather you put it in. But personally, I think here and in the parallel account in Isaiah 34:4, that scripture's actually speaking about what we call in modern times a black hole. And so, I mean, put yourself into the shoes of a prophet of God like John or Isaiah, who are shown visions of a black hole in the night sky, absorbing the light from surrounding stars and swirling it into this circular shape. Obviously, you'd be at a loss for words of how to describe such a thing, but think about the imagery being invoked by the rolling up of the scroll. Imagine viewing a scroll not straight on where the lettering in the page is, but imagine viewing it from the bottom up as it coils around itself as you roll it up. And so as it rolls up, it appears to be rolled into a circular or spiral shape, like what happens when light is being absorbed by a black hole. You don't actually see the black hole itself. All you see is the swirling light being drug into it so that it looks like the sky is going down a drain or something. And so actually the analogy of the heavens being rolled up like how a scroll is rolled into a circle is probably one of the best ways they could have possibly communicated what they were seeing. And what's better is a black hole would tend to explain many of the phenomena mentioned in relation to the surrounding events. For instance, if a black hole opened near the Earth, it would cause all kinds of debris to rain down from space to the Earth's surface. And it would do this because all the material in space, like satellites or space stations or meteoroids that were on the opposite side of the planet to the black hole, they would actually get pulled toward the strong gravity well, but as they began to move in the direction of the black hole, they'd actually get intercepted by Earth's gravitational field, and that would actually pull them down to the surface like fiery meteors, which these kinds of debris showers could obviously be interpreted as the stars falling from the heavens, as it says both in Matthew 24 and in Revelation. And I'm sure also that the light from distant stars being bent and coiled into a black hole like a corkscrew could also give the illusion to someone on Earth that the stars are actually falling. And also the great earthquake that John mentions could also be attributed to the opening of a black hole, because such an event would cause tremendous damage to the Earth's surface, such that islands and mountains could literally be removed from their place, as it says. I mean, one could even conceive of a mountain-sized piece of Earth's crust being drawn away from its surface by these huge gravitational forces of the black hole, and then somehow losing sufficient pull, falling back down to the Earth and catching fire upon re-entering the atmosphere, and then finally crashing into the sea, causing massive destruction. And this is of course exactly what we're told happens in Revelation 8, 8, and 9. And also a black hole could explain the mysterious darkening of the sun. Positioned correctly between the sun and Earth, a black hole could absorb all incoming light from the sun, making it appear to essentially vanish from the sky. And since it's absorbing all the photons coming from the sun to the Earth, it would cause constant darkness, as Scripture portrays it. And obviously a black hole appearing in close proximity like this would explain why all the people of the Earth are said to hide themselves in caves directly after the opening of the sixth seal, because chances of surviving this kind of an event without taking shelter underground in some kind of deep Earth bunker would be slim to none. But if the black hole's small enough, it could end up dissipating for not rapidly enough consuming matter, because a black hole needs to continuously eat matter and grow, or it ends up just kind of eating itself and spinning out of existence. Which, if that kind of thing happened, some of the Earth could actually remain intact, and that would kind of explain the mountain thing that I talked about from chapter 8 in Revelation, where it loses the gravitational pull and falls back to the Earth. Again though, I realize a lot of this is just pure speculation, but I'm just trying to make sense of the text, and a black hole seems to fit with a lot of the events listed. And there's also other things I've noticed in Revelation that a black hole would help explain, but I think this gives you the gist of what I'm talking about here.